Very good, thanks.
Cool. I guess, first of all, do Kyle and Jordan go back into the starting lineup?
Probably so, yes.
Probably so?
Well, we got one day of practice here, so as long as practice goes well, yes.
Steve, it's a performance type thing in practice. It's not like you hold them out of starting lineup.
No.
Steve, it seemed like Zach played a little bit more on the ball than he has, all season in that past game. What do you think of him on the ball, and is that something maybe you guys could experiment with down the line?
Well, I thought he did a really good job. Obviously, being without Kyle in that game, our ball handling and initiating offense was going to be a concern, and we didn't. One, we didn't know it was going to be double overtime. We didn't think we were going to be talking about 50 minutes, but even in a 40-minute game, we knew Bryce that would really wear things down if he has no backup at all. And I thought it really worked out well, and I thought Zach did a really good job of he and Bryce playing off one another to where if one, for instance, there was an outlet on Bryce's side, he could bring it. If it was outletted to Zach on the other side of the floor, he could bring it. And both of them could play either the point position or the off position, and both of them did a really good job with that.
Did you see a difference in Zach's shot selection, having the ball in his hands more?
No, not so much. I think we've been looking at a lot of film with him. He still had a couple, but he's still learning the process of coming off screens and breaking the habit of dribbling. And I think he's getting better at it, and we saw some glimpses of that in this last game. We want Zach shooting the basketball. He's a scorer, he's a shooter, and he's learning, as all freshmen do, good shot from bad shot and the art of pivoting. He can get his shot on just about anybody because of his explosiveness and his skill set. We're just trying to teach him when he's off the ball or on the ball. I don't think there's anything more important than that selection of how you pivot. And sometimes you got to pivot when you're coming off screen. Sometimes you're pivoting off the dribble. But those things have to be consistent.
Coach Connor from the Carlin Center from the Oregonian. I was just wondering if you have gotten a chance to rewatch maybe the film from the previous game against Oregon State and what maybe you learned from that.
Yeah, several times. But we just trying to learn what we did wrong and how they exposed us and try to correct those things going into tomorrow's game. They played very well. We had a big run in the second half, and they had a big run after our run, and we nearly then caught them late but came up short. But I didn't think we played. We didn't shoot the ball well in this game. Thought our shot selection was pretty decent. I think we can defend better than what we defended in that game. And, board play, anytime you play them, I think they've not rebounded their opponent. Maybe 12
Beverly plays with us?
games in the Pac-12. So we've got to rebound well. Their post guys are a concern for us because we've got a lot of respect for their post guys. And then when you've got Nelson running things, he leads the Pac-12 in scoring. He leads it in free throws made, free throws attempted, 20-point games. This is a guy that you got to always have an eye on because he can take over games all by himself.
Any other questions? Yeah, with Jordan Kyle coming back, seeing what you got out of the guys the other night, would there be a chance that you'll kind of hold your playing time a little, that maybe give Kyle and Jordan a little more rest, that these guys stepped up in the roles?
Well, yeah, that's good, Chris. It at least gives our guys, the confidence. We had a lot of guys log a lot of minutes, especially those starters in that game. When you look at Zach, Bryce, the Ware twins, and Tony, I think or not Tony, I'm sorry, Norman, I think I don't have in front of them. They might have all five of them in 40-plus minutes. So they logged a lot of minutes. But in those minutes, in a really highly contested game, all those guys made plays. I thought the Wares and Norman had really good second halves. Bryce and Zach were really consistent throughout the game. So hopefully their confidence is just grown. Not that they had confidence problems, but just the experience of playing in that kind of environment and playing those type of minutes, it gives us the option that regardless of whether it's Jordan that we're talking about or Kyle talk much about it, and that's my fault. I really like the 11 minutes that we got out of Noah. For somebody that has not been in the rotation, has not got a lot of minutes, we thought he was pretty good live. When we watched the tape, he was even better. He was in great defensive position all the time. I just thought he did a lot of good things in those 11 minutes, and that gives us confidence that if we have to go deeper into our bench in the backcourt, we've got confidence now to be able to do that with Noah as well.
Can't wait for the question, Steve. That was going to be my next one. It's whether Noah might be earning a little more time.
Yeah, and obviously, we're late in the year here, and we've kind of settled into an 8-man rotation, and it doesn't mean we can't, change that due to foul trouble and production and those type of things. I don't know if all of a sudden we'll be playing 10, 11 guys, but we do have it's not that we didn't have confidence in Noah or Wanda. It was really just settling in, getting those guys, those 8 guys, the minutes that I thought they were deserving. Now, if all of a sudden that starts to change, I think because of what happened in this game, they warrant being able to get a chance if something's not going right with those 8 guys.